welcome to Super Important Reviews. My name's Steve.
Hey. My name's Arnaz.
Yeah, I'm Arnaz eating bourbon chocolate behind me. And today we'll be going over the Sofvi Spirits Pacific Rim Uprising Kaiju Raijin.
We're going over what, Steve? Say that again.
I call them like the Sofvi Spirits, but it's Sofvi Spirits. Sofvi. So, yeah. What this is a vinyl line that kind of goes in conjunction with the Robot Spirits figures, which is pretty cool. They're also making sort of these things for Ultraman figures too coming up, because there's two from Ginga S. It's Ginga and Ultraman Victory. Sort of.
What do you mean sort of?
They're called like Sofvi Damashis. They're not spirits.
Oh, pretty much the same company, but a little different.
Yeah, it's just like, it's meant for different stuff. But they're a little bit more like high-end vinyls than what you would see with the standard Bandai vinyl, but not quite what like X+. Again, haven't seen the movie, so I know literally very little about this kaiju outside of a couple of trailers I've seen.
Hey,
so,
Steve, you want one? There's one left.
Ooh, yes I do. Bourbon chocolate. If you haven't seen our Munch Pack video, tie-ins right here.
Thanks for the lunch, Steve.
No problem.
I was a little worried I wouldn't get to eat today.
But anyways, without further ado, for the packaging, on the front you can see a nice image of the figure inside of the package. You get that same little like translucent picture of the kaiju in the back. Kaiju Raijin, Sofvi Spirits, Pacific Rim Uprising for ages 15 and up. Top of the packaging, just another good shot of his head. Opposite side, more pictures of our fancy little kaiju in the box. Nice little front shot of him.
Oh, I like that.
Actually, I'm trying to look at this to see. We'll come back to that on the other side, because I may have already opened this for an unboxing. So I was just kind of like picking the way they painted the lines on there. But on the back of the packaging, it just shows you some of the closer picked details of the kaiju, how the size of the robot spirits, other figures in the line. Bunch of stuff I can't understand except for the little bluefin sticker there and some Lego Mumbo Jumbo with him fighting Gypsy Danger on the bottom. Or Gypsy Avenger, my bad. And let's get him open up out of his cardboard prison. Alright, so now that we got Raijin open up out of his cardboard prison, no accessories, so that's done.
But, okay, yet again, you said I was going to do part of it, and you said I had the accessories, Steve. We talked about this before.
I'll let you talk about the comparisons for them in scale with the robots. Sound good?
Okay.
Sweet. Moving on to a closer look at his details. For a closer look at his details, head sculpt is terrifying. Looks like something you've seen like a Doom game or like a Hellraiser series or something.
He definitely makes me look forward to the movie, just looking at him.
Yeah, it's a very, I don't want to say unique, because he's very similar to Raiju in a sense, with a hard shell exterior with a more like squishy interior.
So is that going to be his weakness right there?
Well, if you watch one of the trailers, he has like a Black Panther move where he got like punched and distributes the energy into his hand and then whacks Gypsy Avenger. So, he's definitely got some abilities. But for the paint job for the head, looks really nice. Really dark red fleshy tone for the inside with some metallic baby blue for the eyes. Same with the eyes on the outside of the shell here.
Too many eyes.
Yeah, that's what? 8 on each side?
Oh.
It would appear. With some bone coloring for the teeth on the outside and inside of the mouth. Some more metallic blue on the throat section here.
So what is that? Is he like ready to fire one of his attacks, or what's going on?
Well, just like Pacific Rim, they all glowed. All the monsters glow. So that's kind of like what the stripes are for here, even though they're kind of mishmashed, with that stripe being on the bicep and this one being on the in-between section of the muscle, which makes a lot more sense to me. Top section, it kind of dips down a little bit too. So not the cleanest line work, especially with the rest of the paint job for the kaiju being done very nicely with some dark brown and light brown washes over top of the shell. Same with on the biceps, you can see it very well, and on the thigh here. And same with the top part of the feet as well. The back tail is mostly brown though. Not too much color deviation except for maybe at the crest of the bottom of the tail there. It's a little bit of a lighter shade, but looks really nice. Same with some glossy black for the, well, I guess it's more of like a dark brown for the nails here.
It looks black on the camera though.
If I can get it to focus ever on the hand. There we go. Some glossy black / brown for the hand. It kind of looks brown to me. It's like a very dark brown. You can definitely tell on this hand a little better. And same with for the claws at the tip of the toes, which he only has 2 of them. And one thing I kind of like, also there's a metallic blue here for the top section of the crest here for the thigh. But one thing I like, though, is that he's very different looking compared to the Kaijus we got in Pacific Rim, which I appreciate. Because for the most part, the Kaijus in Pacific Rim look cool, but a lot of them were more or less the same design. Like, body-wise, they just had different heads for the most part.
Yeah.
Between Trespasser, Knifehead, and Schooner.
Well, which kind of explains it in the movie. They were all just pretty much made in factory, you know.
Yeah, they're all clones of each other. Well, this guy definitely, having like inspiration from a previous Kaiju, is definitely different looking. I actually like the appearance of him a lot more than Raiju. I thought Raiju was kind of goofy looking when he opened his mouth. It was like, man, that thing looks terrifying. It's just like, and you lost me.
As soon as you said that, I started laughing because that's the one thing I thought about was that scene.
Oh god, I hate that scene. Like, I love the movie to death, but that scene, like, that monster just looks goofy as crap. I'm sorry. And there's also some more detailing here on the chest section with some more metallic blue here on the intersections.
Which doesn't match again.
Yeah, there's only one on that side, but it's higher. These 2 are lower. That's kind of... maybe it's because, like, when you see, like, him transferring the power in the movie, maybe that's what's trying to replicate. Maybe it doesn't pulse in the same spots. Kind of.
Maybe.
Not like Pacific Rim. Again, gotta wait till the movie, but I'm just kind of throwing ideas out here to why it's kind of like that, because that just kind of throws me off a bit. But got a little bit of shell here on the...
junk area?
Yeah, I was like stomach / junk area. Tail kind of separates into 2 little sections on the back here, as you can see, where it divots in at the lower section of the hip.
I still think he's separating.
It's kind of what it looks like, but like you see in the trailer that he like combines with the other monsters to make a really big monster, so maybe he's like the base or something. Not 100%, but we'll get to that at the end of the month, actually. Yeah, like detail-wise, looks great. Even though it is just a vinyl. Like, you can't see where the seam lines are, though.
I was looking for him, and I noticed a few of them.
Yeah, you can see them on the hands, is one section. You're going to see them on the arms and the legs. So these guys don't really articulate, but there's a seam line here at the knee. And then each of these little sections are their own individual piece, which are also... The bottom, you don't really notice it, but the top, you can tell right there where the seam line is. Especially looking at it from the back. And then there's one here at the tail as well.
Definitely, if he's far away from you, you can't notice it, so...
Yeah, like, staying on your shelf, it's going to be fine. And for a vinyl, I kind of expect it. Because it's not an X Plus price, so I don't imagine they're going to sit there and try to hide a lot of these seam lines that they're going to have. That, and he's also, like, slightly articulated, so you're going to have that one no matter what. But the thing is like... Looking at him, he looks better than most like standard Bandai vinyls.
Yeah, you can definitely tell where the extra $30 went into is the details on the paint.
Well, that, and when you think of your standard vinyl, they're usually like, what, 6 pieces total?
Yeah.
Because you'll have, let's say, like a Godzilla vinyl. You have the head, it's its own piece. You have both the arms, both the legs.
And a tail.
So you got 4 pieces there. Tail makes 5, body makes 6.
Yeah.
That's usually it. Depending on the Kaiju, you have maybe like a little bit more, a little bit less. Well, this guy has pretty much 2 pieces just for the arms. So there's 4. 2 pieces for the legs. So you have 8 there. You have 4 pieces for the sectioning around the head, which is 12. You have the body and the intersection of the head, which is 13. Tail makes 14. So he has more than double the normal amounts of vinyl pieces that you have on a standard vinyl. Because even like my Grand Ghidorah, I don't think has as many.
No.
So what I'm just trying to show you guys here is why he's a little bit more pricey. It's just because there's just a lot more pieces going on, and in terms of detail, a lot more going on as well to kind of up the price tag. Then he is a pretty big vinyl compared to some of the others, which again, you'll see a little bit later. But for his articulations, the arms can just go almost all the way around. But they kind of get hindered by the legs here. This one, oh, so close. You kind of bend it, though, and you can get it to swing all the way around if you want. But nothing really at the legs. Like,
oh my god.
I guess you could force it a bit and get it to move.
See, my fear is you're going to scratch the paint doing that, though, on it.
Well, worst comes to worst, it's only going to rub right here. So you're not going to really notice it. That and this part seems like it sticks out a little bit anyways when you go to bend it. But for the most part, it's not really meant to bend. So for some quick comparisons, here we have Raijin compared next to... What?
I thought I was doing this again.
But I don't want to move. The seat's comfy.
You know what?
Here, go over their names.
Here.
Oh, his hand went flying.
Exactly. It went to the box of mystery from the stuff that you do for your little...
Oh, I see it right on top there, too.
No, he's supposed to be lost in there forever.
We're going. What's his name?
I got this. Pretty good price. And garbage. Garbage.
Bracer Phoenix is this one.
Okay, here he is next to... Not actually bad for how much you pay for him. $20. Okay, this guy, a little lackluster. This guy just sucks.
I think he's okay. Not the greatest, like in terms of everybody else.
He sucks.
Yeah, but...
Okay,
we have
who was right?
And Gypsy Avenger and Titan Redeemer. And here's compared next to some SH Monsters figures with GMK.
Forever crying GMK.
Yeah, well, the one thing is the one time I was using the dropper, I forgot that there was some gloss left in it. So he's
forever crying now.
Forever crying. The water did not dry up, so he has tears forever. So if I ever sell him, I have a unique one. And with the SH Monsters Mechagodzilla 74, whose review will be out sometime in the near future. And here's some NECA Pacific Rim figures with Otachi land version and Leatherback, which honestly, pretty impressive in terms of size compared to them guys.
I was about to say, yeah. With his extra big forehead, he towers them.
Just a bit. And here's some Bandai vinyls. Well, more precisely, Bandai Creations with the 1954 Godzilla and the Showa Gigan. So really, Sofvi Spirits, Pacific Rim, Uprising, Raijin. I like this figure.
I don't know, like, I see where the value is in him, Steve, but I don't know if he's still worth the whole $55 that you pay for him. You know what I mean?
Well, I can see the issue is because, like, you're buying Robot Spirits figures, very articulated figures, look pretty nice. Well, this figure, I think in terms of paint job is what I wanted to see more out of the Robot Spirits figures.
Yeah.
But you lost the articulation because it's a vinyl.
So, like, the question is, like, is the articulation worth the extra money that SH would have, you know, charged you for making one? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you figure if this was an SH Monstars figure, he would have probably been like 100-ish.
Yeah.
Which to me, like, I see the value there because he's supposedly to me like a mini X Plus. Like, if you guys remember those smaller X Pluses they used to make, like, there was some Gamma 3 figures, like, I have one of those. And the figure's fantastic. But it's like minimal articulation, it's a smaller scale than some of the X Pluses. And this kind of reminds me of that guy. A little bit more ugly seam lines, but you get a little bit of articulation out of the guy, so I can live with it.
Overall, it's not bad if you look at it that way. It is like a mini X Plus.
Yeah, and it still will look cool standing next to the Robot Spirits figures. And this is also, I feel like, geared more towards an American audience anyways, because this guy is a little bit more inexpensive to get a hold of than the standard Monster Arts figure, or if they were going to make something to go along with the Robot Spirits line in an articulated sense, it's going to up the price. And seeing how much they're wanting to charge for their version of the Robot Spirits figures, you want to keep the Kaijus at least somewhere affordable.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to want a standard vinyl of a Kaiju, because it's just not going to hold up in terms of detail. Well, this is like...
in the middle?
Yeah, it's like the best middle ground, where it looks good, it's going to look good standing next to them, but it's not quite up there with what it could have been. So I'd recommend it to you guys. I think he's really cool, especially me being a fan of vinyl figures anyways, especially the old-fashioned ones. This guy kind of harkens back more to my childhood and looks great.
I'll give you that. He does look amazing.
So if you guys are hesitant at picking up this guy, I'd say go for it, especially after seeing him next to the other Robot Spirits figures. I think he's a really standout piece. But if you guys picked up Raijin, what's your favorite kaiju? Or is Jaeger's just more your thing? Please let us know in the comments. We'll closer picture this guy on our Facebook. You want to click the link description below. We also have a Patreon account with exclusive prints for the channel, also down in the description. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.